Everybody wants to live longer, live to 90, live to 100, hit that number. But nobody's saying the part that matters. Living longer doesn't mean a thing if you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Not a thing. You want to live to 100, but somebody's carrying you to the bathroom? That's not living. That's the worst kind of being alive. If you ask me, that's not a life. Let me be clear about this. If I can't stand up on my own legs without support, I would rather die. I'm 94 years old. I cook my own food. I clean my own house. I walk every morning under my own power. No crutches, no walker, no one holding my arm. My legs right now are stronger than most people half my age. My name is Opal June. Let me tell you how I got here. This is going to change your life. Everybody's counting birthdays. That's the wrong question. The right question is, can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? If you can, you're young. If you can't, you're old. Doesn't matter what the calendar says. Most people think they're going to die from some big thing, heart attack, cancer, stroke. But you know what gets them first? Weakness. Quiet, slow weakness that no doctor checks for. You stop walking, then you're holding on to walls, then you fall, and that fall is the beginning of the end. I figured this out at 38 years old, and I spent the next 56 years doing things that kept my legs strong and my body fed right. If you're over 50, this might be the most important thing you hear this year. Pay attention. When I was 38, I had an aunt. Everybody called her B. Liveliest woman in our family. Big laugh, always on her feet, always cooking something, fussing over somebody. Worked at the textile mill for years. You couldn't slow that woman down. Then she retired at 60. She sat down. That's it. Sat down. I don't know why. She stopped going to church on foot, stopped walking to the store, stopped doing anything that made her legs work. Within 2 years, she couldn't walk to the end of her driveway. Within 4, she couldn't get out of bed. By 66, my family was carrying this woman to the bathroom. I remember her eyes. She wasn't sad. It was worse. She was ashamed. She lived like that for 9 years. 9 years of being carried, turned, fed. She died at 75. God rest her soul. But she was already gone at 62, the day she stopped using her legs. I was 38 watching this. Something clicked there. I looked at my own legs and said, that will never be me. And that's the day I started. After Aunt B, I changed my life. I started with 2 things, what I put on my plate and what I did with my legs. Food first. I worked as a school cafeteria cook for 31 years. I saw what food did to people. Kids who ate real food were slim but had energy. Kids who ate bread and sugar looked chubby but were weak. Same thing happens to old people. Same thing, just a little slower. So here's what I did. Protein on every plate, every meal. Eggs every morning. Chicken or beans at lunch. And fish. Fish 2-3 times a week. Salmon when I could get it. Sardines when I couldn't. fish is what kept my bones and muscles from wasting away. Most people my age, their muscles are gone. Mine aren't. When I learned which foods contain protein, that was the turning point. Greens at every meal, front and center, collards, spinach, whatever was in season. Every vitamin your body needs is sitting right there on a plate, and most people walk right past it for a pill. A pill is not food, not just vitamins. Body needs fibers. Don't eat for your taste buds. Eat for your body. Eat for your strength. I didn't only change my food, I changed my movement too. I started walking every morning at 42. Not for weight, not just for my heart, for my legs, for the stamina. I walked so my legs would never forget what they were made for, to carry me till the end. Not just walk, I did exercises in my kitchen, held my counter and squatted down and back up 10 times every morning, up and down my porch steps. Nothing fancy, no gym. 56 years of the same thing. I'm 94, and I did it this morning. And the people who told me I was crazy for doing this, they're gone. Now here's the part that makes me cry. And this is the reason I am telling you this. My husband Earl, married 58 years, construction worker, built houses with his bare hands, could carry a beam across his shoulders like it was nothing. You looked at Earl and you thought, that man will never break. Now let me go sit in the garden for this next part. So I was talking about Earl. He retired at 67, and he got lazy. I told him, Earl, walk with me. And he said, I walked my whole life, Opal. Let me have some rest now. After some time, I stopped insisting. I wish I hadn't. I wish I pushed him to walk more harder. At 75, his legs shook on the stairs. At 78, he couldn't climb them. By 80, he needed my arm to walk to the bathroom. This man who built houses, needing me to hold him up. He'd look at me and say, I'm sorry, Opal. That broke me worse than anything. Not because he was weak, because he was ashamed. A proud man who lost the one thing that mattered, the ability to stand on his own. Earl didn't die at 86, he died at 80, the day he couldn't stand up by himself. Those last 6 years were just waiting. I wish I could have done something for him. That's why I am telling you this. You still have time. You can still work to make your legs, your body, stronger. Don't live like a burden. Don't live if you can't carry yourself. I had a best friend, Dolores. 40 years we were friends. Sang in the church choir together every Sunday. Dolores was thin, watched her cholesterol, went to every doctor's appointment. On paper, that woman was healthy, but she never moved, drove everywhere, sat all day. Her legs gave out at 74, walker by 76, assisted living by 78, dead at 81. Every doctor said she was fine. Her legs said otherwise. My sister Ruthie, my baby sister, 4 years younger than me, 4 years. She should still be here. But Ruthie loved her recliner, loved her TV, lived on crackers and sweet tea. I'd tell her, Ruthie, eat real food, walk with me. She'd laugh and say, I'm fine, Opal. Same thing Earl said, same words. She fell in her bathroom at 70, broke her hip, never walked right again, dead at 72. I drove myself to my baby sister's funeral. I walked in under my own power. I sat through the service, and I walked out, alone. My sister, 4 years younger than me, in a box, and me walking. That picture never leaves me. Now I'm talking to you. You're doing the same thing they did. You're sitting more than you're standing. You're eating whatever's easy. You're telling yourself you'll get to it later. That's what they all said. They all had later, until they didn't. I couldn't save my husband. I couldn't save my sister. I couldn't save my best friend. That haunts me every single day. That's why I'm here, because the worst thing in this world isn't dying. It's living without your dignity. It's needing someone to carry you like a child. I've seen it. I never want you to see it. You still have time, but not as much as you think. I'm 94 years old. I'm not going to be here much longer, and I'm at peace with that, because when my time comes, I'm going to walk out of this world the same way I walked through it, on my own 2 feet. So if you got my point, stand up, right now. Stand up from wherever you're sitting without using your hands. If you can do that, good. Now keep it. If you can't, now you know where you're headed. Protein every meal. Fish every week. Greens on every plate. Walk every morning. Use your legs every single day until your last one. I couldn't save the people I loved, but maybe I can save you. Your legs are your life. Don't you dare give them up.